Video games can come in a number of different forms. Some are set in entirely fictitious places, some are set on alternate realities of real events, either in past or future. Either way, both games can have futuristic weapons and abilities. In either case, it's quite fun to take apart the often weird logic of any of these games. So in this video, I'm going to be showing you 5 different examples of video games like this that have rather weird logic. Just before I get underway, I am aware video games, I know, aren't real life. They're a bit of escapism, they're a bit of fun. However, it is still fun taking apart the logic of some of these just for laughs. So here's my 5 examples of video games with weird logic. In Deus Ex Human Revolution, you play as protagonist Adam Jensen, who, due to being attacked by mercenaries at the start of the game, had to have most of his body parts replaced by mechanical augmentations. Having these augmentations allowed Adam to commit superhuman feats, such as seeing through walls, going invisible, lifting very heavy objects, or other things depending on the choices you made in the game. When you use these abilities in the game, it's going to drain your power. If you run out of power, you'll have to manually recharge it in order to be able to use these abilities again. The weird thing is, the only way in the game to manually recharge these power cells is to scarf down power bars. Yes, I'm talking about those things you find on sale down the local gym. It seems weird that a tech company like Skyrim Industries, who makes these augmentations, couldn't think of a better way to recharge the power than by scarfing down a load of power bars, or better yet, an entire tub of whey protein. It seems weird that cutting edge military grade equipment that's very secret can only be restored power by consuming gym products. You would have thought they'd think of a better way to restore power to the body. In BioShock Infinite, a key part of the game is the Vigors, which give you access to various supernatural abilities. But weirdly, after Booker, your character, arrives in the city, he seems to be the only one taking advantage of these. Pretty much everyone in the city is trying to kill you in this game, but none of the guys attacking you think to take advantage of the myriad of free superpowers that are on offer. Perhaps the only thing weirder than this in the game is the fact that the authorities thought it would be a good idea to hand out free superpowers to everyone in the city.
The defeat was merely a delay to the time after Oblivion opened, when the sons of Skyrim would spill their own blood.
In Skyrim, you have a number of options when it comes to combat. You have access to magic spells, stealth, weapons of various kinds, and the Dragonborn shouts that only you and a few other enemies in the game have access to. But probably the most important ability the Dragonborn has is the ability to freeze all his enemies by pausing the game, and being able to instantly consume 50 wheels of cheese to replenish your health before continuing. Additionally, it seems eating this ungodly amount of food also causes you to lose weight, which is handy if you ever find yourself overburdened.
Just make it quick, Geralt. What the? Close your eyes.
In the Witcher series, you play as Geralt of Rivia, who as a Witcher has undergone a potentially lethal body altering process that's given him superhuman speed, strength and agility. Witchers can also take a series of potions that are lethal to normal humans to further increase their abilities. They can also cast basic spells known as signs. However, it appears that the process that creates the Witchers also gives them one key weakness. For some reason, Geralt can fight and kill griffins, vampires, werewolves and other deadly creatures, but he's rendered wounded or killed by a small drop on a ledge or even a flight of stairs. Payday II has been the target of a few different light-hearted criticisms of its logic. However, the go-to example people always use is the ability to cure any kind of mortal injury with just 4 words.
Get the fuck out!
The only limit to this ability is to point distance, and it's unaffected by objects or walls, so you can even shout someone up through a bloody roof. It's amazing the world's medical services have not made use of this phenomenon. So those are just my 5 examples of video games with weird logic. If there's any others come to mind, any you think of, please leave them below in the comments. Other than that, thanks very much guys for watching, and I'll see you next time.